So from there, it took me 3.5 years to get overseas, which was a long time. You got your ups and downs, hills and roller coasters. And I'm not really the work a job for somebody else type of person. I don't like to make other people rich. So, yeah, but if you gotta do that, you know, if you gotta make certain sacrifices to do that, that's what I did at times. So, but it took me 3.5 years and I get the phone call to go overseas. And right before that, I met some people that started the business that I now run today called Ball Up Sporting. So the details of my business is I play basketball overseas. I take people overseas with me, as many as I want. I could take 1,000 people to the Philippines that play basketball with me right now if I wanted to. That's the connections that I built for myself. And then I run events at Hobby Arena. I got a partnership with them. I help and sponsor different events, best 3v3 tournaments, you know, men's leagues, all that type of stuff. I train kids.
Sell jerseys.
I sell jerseys. As y'all can see, I'm a jersey
trainer.
I'm a personal trainer. So much I do. I run, and when I'm in the Philippines, I run clinics, and then I also travel around and just play basketball. So I just got back from Orlando, Florida, and I was hooping with Ball is Life. We was just down there, just hooping and just living it up, recording videos. I do video work, so basically anything. So,
You do
but
it all.
yeah, I do it all.
And just briefly touch on that story of you reaching out to that basketball player that said, or that you.
Oh yeah. So I know most of y'all probably know now Devontae Friga, light skinned dude. He be hooping on. He got his YouTube channel and he be hooping like he got like 700,000 subscribers, and he traveled around and does hooping stuff. He came to KC and I hit him up to tell him what course to come to and everything, and then me and him actually connected and he gave me his number, and I'm gonna try to get him on a Philippine tour. So that'll be
And he
big.
never knew him, he just seen that he was coming to Kansas City and he reached out to him like on
Yeah.
Instagram or something.
Yep.
And then he set up a whole thing and he came out and it was packed.
Yep, packed out. Because I'm respected in the basketball world. So like yesterday, I had an open gym. There were 70 people there, just in my open gym. So it's just like it's gonna be like that. So I can get people anywhere to a gym. So it's just right in my niche. And then just to touch on that, Gary Vee. I was just watching a video. Gary Vee said he was like a kid wanted to go to college for videography. And he was like, so I can get my connections. That's what the kid said. Gary Vee was like, DM 1,000 rappers and tell them you'll do their videos for free.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
1,000 people on Instagram.
Yeah.
And tell them you do their music video for free. They're going, if you do 1,000 and 100 respond, there go your connections right there.
If 10 respond.
Yeah, 10. And you guys are asking like, how do I start networking? How do I actually get the business out there? You put down your ego, put down your pride, and just reach out to somebody and tell them you want to do work for them.
Whenever I, cause I think it was like, actually it might have took me 4.5 years to get overseas, cause I dropped out at 19 and I didn't touch down till 23. It was like 4 years. But at like, when I turned like 21 or 22, I was discouraged because I wanted to play basketball and I hadn't played for 2.5 years. So I told myself I'm gonna just try to go back to school. And I talked to an overseas dude, he said the best way probably is to go back to school because you got the NCAA backing. So, I'm dead.
So why didn't you show up on time?
So from there, basically what I did is I emailed 100 schools. I emailed 100 schools because my high school coaches they didn't mess with me like that to be helping me out. So I emailed 100 schools. I got 3 responses, and I went on two visits. Yep, and I wrote an essay, and they didn't let me back in school. So they didn't let me back in school. So then I just kept grinding, and I'm one of the most persistent people I've ever met. I don't give up, and I just figured if I chase my dreams long enough, I'll be where I'm supposed to be. Because automatically, no matter what your dream is, if it's a hairstylist, you want to be the top of the top. I want to go to the NBA and I want to be the best in the NBA, but there's 400 people in the NBA as we speak. It's not a lot. But I know that if I chase my dream long enough, well, damn, I'm helping people go to the Philippines. I'm playing in the Philippines and I love it. And I truly love it. So, of course, the goal is the NBA, but you're going to land where you're supposed to be. You reach for the stars, you fall, you land on the clouds. And that's where I'm at. I'm on my clouds right now. And I really love it. But there's going to be more to be built. And then now when I land on the clouds, that doesn't mean I still don't reach for the stars, because now I'm reaching for stars just in a different way. You know what I'm saying? So everybody's stars is gonna be different. So from there, once I actually got overseas, this is my first time across the water. It's different. You know, the culture's different. I love everything about it. I didn't stay in 5-star hotels where it's a beach right out front, and I stayed where there's a rat running through my hotel. And I loved it both because this is my dream and what I built. And it's not always gonna look like what you thought it was gonna look. It's not always gonna be roses. So I started laughing when that rat ran through, and I was just happy because I got here. You know what I'm saying?
It wasn't even toilets.
Yeah, well, there was like toilets. I'm talking about you gotta dump water in the back of the toilet. The toilet is literally ground level, where you gotta like you're almost squatting like this. And it's like, but this is what you built for yourself. And I don't take it for granted because I did this. You know what I'm saying? Nobody gave it to me. Nobody was like, oh, here you go. And then, but back to the story. When I first got overseas, I played awful. I played probably like bare minimum to like people kind of like me. I still got videos of me signing autographs and stuff like that, but my coach, he still liked me because I was a genuine person. He liked my energy. And from there, once I can actually see what everything looks like, I knew what kind of work really needs to be done. Because you think you're working hard until you get into your craft and you're like, okay, these people working. There's people better than me at what I'm supposed to be good at. I averaged 15 points out there the first time. I was so mad at myself. And I was like, I worked my butt off. I came back home, I lost 20 pounds, and I averaged 30 points a game. 30 points and 10 assists.
Does that say losing weight, does that make you play better, or could you have built that fat and muscle?
Well, it wasn't, I was a little out of shape. I wasn't as in shape as I thought I was. And then it's 95 degrees every day out there, so I mean, like you playing in heat.
You gotta.
Yeah, so I came back home and I knew what I needed to do. I knew what I needed to look like. I knew went out there 185. That was my high school weight. I was 185 in high school. I went to the Philippines 185 and I balled out. From there, me and my coach signed a contract. Because he knew I ran a business back home. He said, I want you to bring players out here and I'll get you guys games. Every time I'm out in the Philippines, I play in front of 1,500 fans, and I'm getting paid every single game. And also the guys I take out there, they pay me to come out there and play as well. And so far I've taken like 35 guys, and 4 people got signed. And they playing, a couple of them are playing in the TBL, which is a league out here, and they doing good. So it's exciting. It's super cool that I get to help people off of what I built. And it's like, you know, you gotta be a little selfish in a good way to like, I owe myself this. You know, all of y'all probably been through something, and I've been through a lot in my life, and it's like I owe myself to be selfish with myself, to not, you know, give what I don't have. If I got it, I'm willing to give it. I can't take away from me to give to somebody else, because then I lose. I'm the one losing out. But I built myself up, and now I have something to give without taking from myself.
I know what you mean.
Yeah, so, and that's like the best part about it, I think, is helping the people that I get to help. And after my second time out in the Philippines, I got offered to play in Spain. I got offered a tryout in the G League, and I got the same offer for the Philippine contract, and I took the Philippine contract.
Yeah, of course.
I wanted to go to the G League really bad though, but it was,
like getting more money.
yeah, it's not even about the money. It's just like, this might be a once in a lifetime opportunity